Greetings! Today we'll be viewing a 2 versus 2 on the map Deathclock. It's a classic map, honestly. I am quite a fan of this. It's usually 1v1s I do on it, though. So looks like we've got Twilight and myself versus Setin and Magpie. Starts, we've got Magpie, Setin, and Twilight starting with an energy storage. I went straight for a K-bot lab. Don't know if that's better or worse, but it's what I did. And let's speed this up. We've got Twilight getting some energy out. I've got to do this before start shooting stuff. Setin's working on grabbing his resources here as well, getting some energy and a couple of mexes before his vehicle plant. We've got Magpie grabbing his mexes as well and getting a nice little energy base, grabbing that third extractor too. Twilight's got all 3 extractors, storage, and a solar, and he's getting his K-bots up. I've got a couple of K-bots going to grab metal out here. That is my commander walking to the water. And it looks like we've got constructors coming out from Setin and vehicles coming out from Magpie here. Getting some energy up and some defenses just in case, because I do plan on coming down here with my commander to grab these metal spots. A few scouts coming out, a few weasels coming out from Magpie here, and a few from Setin as well. One place they do have the advantage is the radar here. They can avoid or kind of try to judge what they're about to be up against, and they can kind of pick and choose their fights, which is really nice with the Jeffies and the weasels. They will come up here and get that metal extractor. Luckily, I do have a warrior standing by to help out. I'm trying to get by with some fleas, but Setin's got a single weasel there to stop me. I wasn't paying attention, and the weasel did manage to get my constructor. I was able to get his 2 weasels, and I'd probably fall to that instigator. Yeah, about half dead. We've got a push coming in from Twilight. Let me slow this down just a little bit here. Some weasels coming up from Setin. And I think it's arm versus core. Yeah, it's arm versus core. We all know who's superior. The Shodan coming out here, putting a stop to those peewees. Twilight quickly turned away from that. He didn't run into much better stuff here though. Although we do know that there's an exploiter and an LLT down there as well too. So that could help in its own right. I'm still trying to push. I know something's around here. I think I have radar coverage on that actually. I've got my commander. He's grabbing the metal down here and just trying to make sure that no muskrats or beavers, nothing of the like, comes through and takes my extractors, because I don't want to go back down there with my commander. It is very risky right now. My base is really open. I'm managing to push Magpie a little bit. I was really trying to keep pressure on them. That one attack they did kind of messed me up, honestly. Don't have any of that metal anymore, which hurts. Setin does have those patches. Luckily, I was able to raid some of the stuff from Magpie, so he's not too far ahead of me. In fact, it looks like I'm actually keeping up with Setin, probably because I came out here and grabbed a couple patches. I'm not too sure, but I am just 1 metal behind him, which could definitely be worse. tons of peewees here from Twilight. I've got nothing in comparison. I've got as much as his little forward group here. Unfortunately for us, the Shodan and the Leveler, with more tanks behind it, will just tear through peewees. Trying to help pull those away from Twilight's group. I'm really just trying to give my commander some time to finish up over here. Finally out of the water, so I am starting air. Looks like we're getting more constructors out from Setin. Starting to grab these patches up by the water. And Magpie is expanding outward as well. Let's speed this up a bit. We've got a push coming up. A nice chunk of instigators here from Magpie. They will get up here. I don't know if he's got Twilights. He does have one Twilight. And they will get up there. They'll get his constructors out of there, which is a bummer. I am getting warriors up to counter the instigators, though, and hopefully the levelers. But right now, I'm just pretty outnumbered. I am gonna go in on those two instigators, it looks like. Got the little tail of it. And honestly, this Shodan and this Leveler are doing a lot of work holding the center here. You can see they just have such good range and firepower. Let's see what we can get, because he's got quite a few peewees. I had a few warriors, but I mean, I don't think we took anything out there. Maybe a scout? I was really trying to focus out that Leveler to give the groups of K-bots that don't exist anymore a better chance. I probably should have focused out the Shodan, though. The Rockos would have had a better time dealing with the Leveler than they did the Shodan. I did get air up, it looks like. Magpie does have a few precautions. I think I might have already come through here. I'm not sure. So I did manage to get that exploiter, so that's nice. I'm doing a fairly good job at keeping Magpie pretty weak, I think. Setin is doing a really good job at expanding, though. He's bringing in 17 medals, so he's by far doing the best here. I'm behind him at like 13, which, I mean, it's not far, but it's definitely not close. I mean, that 4 medal can make a big difference. And he is grabbing the water medal now. I've had this water medal for a while. I need to try and push forward to grab that patch, and I'm probably missing some back here. I really should be moving to grab those middle patches. Trying to go in on that Shodan. Oh, so close. I was so close to that. I'm really just trying to keep this group away from me until I figure something out. Because that could tear through my base right now. I've got nothing up here. Looks like I'm planning to do an airdrop, though. And Twilight himself is doing an airdrop. I almost feel like I should have tried to go in on Setin. I should have scouted. I didn't know what was over here. He said he was destroying these defenses, but he is just building them. I wonder how easy that would have been to go through. Magpie's getting nanolith platforms up, probably to help put up air defenses. Looks like I do have a Condor. That's right. I was going to try and take out their center medal here. Unfortunately, there was a commander. I did manage to see the advanced vehicle plan, which really good information. So it wasn't all bad, but unfortunately there was a commander waiting for me. Twilight's coming in. Looks like he made it. And he's got a lot of warriors and hammers. He got the Geo. That'll be real helpful. I'm not sure how much that hurt Setin yet, but losing a Geo is never great unless you've already got fusions up. Looks like he got a decent chunk of metal too. Probably get this energy storage. Knocked out even more wins. So he did manage to slow Setin down a tiny bit there. He's down to 15 metal. I'm somehow up to 25. Probably reclaim. So 15. So he knocked Setin down to 15. So now we're a little more even. Just a little though. Magpie is actually Magpie and Twilight have about the same. The Magpie does have a huge push coming here though. He's got Gators, he's got Raiders, and Slashers. So he's got AA covered a bit. He's coming in here. I'm really worried about my aircraft plant. I don't know where I sent my commander. He's in the water building titles. That was such an opportune timing for this attack. Oh, I wasn't paying attention behind you either. I went down with a air transport, I do believe, and got Magpie. Such inopportune timing for my commander to be in the water. Oh my goodness. I did manage to take out a huge chunk of Magpie's base there, though. It looked like Twilight just came at the vehicle plant, or maybe myself, and tried but failed to destroy that. I'm going to lose a lot of stuff here. I do manage to get some Banshees in, but he'll get all those wins, which kind of hurts. And, oh, I was going to bomb something, I guess. So looks like I'm going for more transport things. Overall, my energy is still intact. It's metal I'm hurting on. Those extra tides I built to that I built when I was getting killed made the difference. Almost got the second leveler. Setin managed to get a good chunk of defenses up. I mean, it's not like tons of resources spent, but a SAM and an HLT is enough to, you know, make it hard. And that it's positioned pretty well. I mean, that SAM I think can hit to about right here, and it can cover that entire side. The HLT protects him unless you go all the way around and swing down, which might have been a good idea, but I guess his commander's right there. And I don't really have... I've got tons of resources. I'm just not using them. Ooh. Got another airdrop coming in from Twilight here. With a bunch of warriors. Looks like he'll definitely get this vehicle plant. The commander is on his way to intercept. And the air transport's down. Overall, I mean, I think Setin's in a good enough position for losing that last bit there to not matter that much. His advance just finished. He does have a few forces there. I was trying to get that advanced vehicle plant, but I got caught by those slashers. That was really unfortunate. But yeah, see, he still had that small group of units to help defend. And, I mean, he doesn't have the most energy, but it's manageable. It's manageable, and more importantly, he has a good amount of stuff up here. So he's not even terribly defended. We're just getting in with air transports. Another warrior airdrop. Didn't really make it too far. The more stuff we destroy, the less effective they're being because the commander's always right there, you know. I really should have hit Magpie more. Like, he's getting resources up now. If that one that went through his slashers, if I sent that down to Magpie, I probably could have done a lot of damage. His commander is right there, so I'm not too sure. But Magpie was pretty vulnerable, I feel. These were dangerous. But if you could make it past those, he is getting Dragon's Teeth up around his exploiters, which would make it much harder for the warriors to destroy those. You'd need to start bringing in, like, Roccos, things like that. But it's definitely doable. If you figure I'm bringing in about 15 metal, tons of wreckage. Well, that's all Setin's wreckage, which is very unfortunate for us. I'm trying to get advanced up, because at this point Setin's definitely got advanced. Twilight trying to airdrop in Setin, but he flew right over those slashers and into those SAMs, so that was pretty unfortunate. Those slashers took mine out. There were no SAMs involved when I tried. So they're pretty mean, and he must have radar coverage, or like enough radar coverage to see, because they're always in the good spot. And we've got a flacker going up from Setin here. Twilight right over that group again. Not only that, he was getting hit by the flacker too. And I was trying to get rid of that defensive line there. But I didn't really have enough, and then Magpie's pushing in on me. So I wasn't able to micro any of that either. Really wanted to get rid of that flacker. Try to walk these warriors down. Right now would be a great time for air transports, because he just lost all those slashers, which is unfortunate. Looks like Twilight does have one, but I think I had stopped. Yeah. I'm building up a group, but I really should have saved those warriors. They just went in and killed themselves. I could have loaded those up in a transport, because it would have been pretty good, I feel. Well, let's see. Twilight did make it in. Managed to get one SAM, a few things. The Shodins really helped stop that. I think the move would have been to, now he's got a Banisher right on his doorstep. This is going to do him in. He's trying to make a transport to get his commander in. And go. He probably planned to, like, load his commander up, drive up to the Banisher, and degun it. Do a little drive-by. But no, that's the end of Twilight right there, is that Banisher. And then Magpie's pushing in. We just lost too much ground. I think if we had coordinated airdrops, we probably could have done them in. I also think if I had focused on airdropping units, because I was doing a few other things. I was trying to get the advanced stuff. I was trying to do a couple different things. I think if I had just focused on pumping a bunch of units out to drop, like, do 2 transports at a time or something, I think we could have taken them. Especially if we coordinated. I think if we would have both gone in on something with air transports, we probably could have done quite a number of damage. We probably could have done quite a bit of damage. I'll stop now. Last ditch attempt. Pick up that Reaper. I tried. Maybe I can get the Shodin. got the show. It's the little wins, right? All in all, it was a pretty intense game. It was a really good game. Setin and Magpie played really well. Setin did a really good job at controlling the center here. Even like early on, that one or two weasels he had in the center helped out a bunch. I mean, I wasn't able to do really any early scouting because of it. None of it. But let's see. Half the time we don't get the end screen for these. So metal produced or energy produced. We've got Setin came in double everybody else. Everybody was pretty much around 85, 90,000. And Setin was at 160,000. Metal, we've got Setin at about 45,000. We've got Magpie at about 27,000. Twilight coming in at 21 and myself at 31. So we definitely got out resourced that game. Excess metal, everyone did phenomenal. Magpie and Setin both had 0. They didn't waste any metal. Twilight just 300 and myself 13. It was a pretty good game though. I really think if we had coordinated our airdrops, they would have gone under, or at least we would have been able to put up more of a fight, because we probably could have gotten Setin's advance with that before it went up. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.